Well, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Got myself up on the panel this evening as a legend that is Bridgeman. And my mate, Port Bear. How we doing, boys?
How we doing, Oxshire? How we doing, Bridgeman? Hope both are well. Good to hear you.
Thank you very much, pal. Hope everybody, you two, is okay as well. Good evening to you. To all the boys in the lobby, good evening to you. To all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
How we doing, Bridge? All right?
I'm doing great, pal. Thank you very much. Doing very, very well.
I'll ask you something, Bridge.
Go on then.
See, how come when Port Bears are, we get tonic wine, we don't get water in our jugs?
Tonic wine? Aye, when he's here, when he's on, he drinks it all. He drinks it all.
I wish the ice water. It's better, isn't it? You don't think so?
Absolutely.
Very good.
Tons of wine.
What do you think? What do you think it is, Bridge? What do you think? You've got quite a good palate.
The wine, what kind is it? Well, it was famous for the old Landlick, wasn't it?
Oh, it does taste a bit like that. You've mentioned that. I don't know. They still do it? I don't know. It's still done that.
No, well, I think they do in the old England, and there's a few others.
The quality stuff.
No, the quality stuff was a Barchester cream.
Barchester cream. I don't
Wonderful
even
stuff.
They wouldn't know what that is in Port Glasgow, would they?
No idea, mate. No idea.
How we doing, Port?
Aye, very good, mate. Very good. Aye.
Right, go on then. On you go.
How are you, Oxshire? How are yourself, mate?
I'm all right, mate. All right. Delighted with my top of the league. I think there's a bit of misunderstanding on Saturday. I'm sure I'll say it again, but I'm absolutely delighted at my top of the league and how the team's performing overall. I just didn't think it was a great watch, but that's only my view. We'll get a nice wee feature to get the ball rolling, and then we'll start talking about Saturday's game, if that's all right with you, Port Bear.
You, mate, brand new.
Right, get yourself on mute and we'll listen to the new feature. It's a view from the bridge. So what you, Mr. Bridge, what your thoughts about Saturday's game?
What can I say? A view from the bridge on Rangers Radio.
No expense spared.
No expense spared. What can I say? Listen, a view from the bridge says...
water. I can't drink any better than that.
A view from the bridge says that I thought I'm very happy. We got our 3 points. A clear one. No goals against us. So a clean sheet. Very, very happy with that. We're top of the league by clear now. We're clear top of the league by 3 points. So can't be too bad that way. And Bridgman is very, very happy. I thought the team overall, it's difficult because I thought they played better. I thought they played better in patches in the second half than they did overall. But the first half with the 2 goals, you can't beat that, can you? 2 goals for your team and press. I thought they did very well. And we had been speaking, you and I, before the game, that I thought they would do what they did, which was ended up packing the defence, and they'd virtually every player inside their penalty area a couple of times.
I've got to disagree with you. I thought they were a rigid 4-4-2.
Yeah, they may indeed have started off like that, but they ended up going back and back and back. Rangers were absolutely outstanding. Their passing was excellent. I thought so anyway. Mm-hmm. So I was over the moon. The only thing I've got against it is we're not scoring enough goals.
How did you rate the performance out of 10, mate?
The performance out of 10, I would give it a 7 because we got 3 points and, as I say, a clean sheet. But, there was times in there we were absolutely excellent, I thought, football-wise. But we just can't finish, that's all. I thought that in the second half, we seemed to give away the midfield. And for about 10 minutes, they managed to get on this in the ascendancy and actually pressed us quite well. And we didn't seem to have an answer for it. In fact, we were that bad that our goalkeeper brought off a tremendous save. And our defence were lost. Nobody attacking the ball at all. Mm-hmm. But really and truly, I thought it was a well-deserved 3 points for us. I don't think that team were in it. As I say, 7 out of 10 for the Rangers and for the team wise, and I'm delighted. That's the way I feel. That's a view from a bridge.
The view from the Bridgeport. What do you think? Should we keep that feature going? One week wonder, or what? What do you think? That's worth a go, isn't it?
No. I like that. I like to be big man's jingle. So the bridge man's got a jingle. That's very good. I like that. Right, a view from a bridge.
Jingle.
What's that?
Jingle.
Can't wait till I reach Starry Heights.
Jingle.
Oh, I can't wait till I get to his Starry Heights, Oxshire. I can't wait.
You'll no get there, pal. You'll no get there.
Just think it'll be Dean Martin you'll get.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, what's your views, mate, in the game?
Oxford. I'm probably people are going to think I'm going to be very negative, but I'm not going to be negative, mate. I was very happy with performance. I think in my opinion we were better against Livingston. In my opinion, I think the tempo was better.
Livingston or Kilmarnock?
Kilmarnock. I think we played with the higher tempo in the first half. With more passing, with more penetration. I noticed what he'd done was, although he was playing, which I originally thought was two holding midfielders, Jack and Davis were taking turns and going and joining in with attack mates. So that was a wee tweak that I noticed that were coaches had looked at to get another player up the park. And when they got absolute full control of the game, mate, and then they got the 2 goals from a bit of pressure. And having a lot of bodies in the box, which I'm very happy about as well. So you've got the cross into the box from Stevie Davis to the back post, comes off the post, and Tav smashes it home. And Hadji's goal is pretty much more the same. Again, cross to the back post. Keeper's made a great save, and Tav's put it away. You know what I mean? So,
well, the first goal came from, I think it was a Bonner, Davis cross. Roof headed it on, a good header. Come off the bar, and then it dropped to Hadji. He just put it away nicely,
Aye, it was Hadji get the first goal. That's right. Tav got the second one. But very similar moves, mate. Bonner getting the ball at the back post each time through Davis.
Well, the second one was Kent having a shot, and the goalie palmed it down to Tav. Yeah. Yeah,
he's took that ball, mate, from his own half. Kent's went around from his own half, and then cut in. Usually doing chop put on his right foot. Smashed in the bottom corner, and Tav's got the rebound. But that's a goal we wouldn't have scored last year, Oxford, because we've got more guys in the box. At that point, the box was full of Rangers players. And that's definitely what's working. So I'll take that all day. I still don't think we were great.
Which score do you give them? Bridges went for 7.
Well, last week I gave them a 7, mate, and I don't think they were as good as last week, so I'm going to give them a 6.5.
Okay. I know I gave my views, but I'll get it again. I think we started the game really well. I agree with Bridge. The pressing was good. The interchanging was good. Port. And the movement was good. And we had that team chasing shadows. We got the 2-0, and I thought, this could be 3 or 4 before half time. But the first half just petered out, in my opinion. And then the second half started, and I thought, right, okay, we'll get back on the game again, and we'll get another 3rd or 4th one. But the second half, I don't know if it was a lack of atmosphere, Port, with no crowd being there, or to drive us on, but we just played the game out with them. Apart from that one I think the Bridge talked about, we were under no pressure. We done some decent stuff, but I just didn't enjoy the tempo we played our match at. Just an observation, but I don't know if no crowd had a factor in it. Port better.
But, I've said about the crowds, Oxford, I think this year some of your players are benefiting from not having the crowd there. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if some of your players can handle the pressure at a full Ibrox, and maybe a full stadium where we're playing away as well, and sometimes the fans are on your back. So some of the players, I think, are getting a chance to, settle into the team without the fans on their back. But I get what you're saying. Sometimes when Ibrox is full and you've your great away support, which it always is, that's your 12th man, mate, that often drives Rangers on to go and kill teams off. So there was something definitely lacking, mate, because when they went 2-0 up so early, I'm thinking, right, easy street, go and turn the screw now, go and really stand in this team's neck, and turn the screw and get a barrel of goals. I still feel goal difference with a massive say this season, mate, I really do. So I think every chance we get to kill teams off like this, we should be killing them off. Definitely, mate.
I will. But when we pulled them from side to side most of the game, we've done all right, but just for decision making, the final third wasn't great, Brad.
Yeah, look, I don't want to moan too much about them, but the things that Port Bev was saying was absolutely spot on. There was what seemed like a really good game for us as we went forward, and we created a number of chances, and then we just seemed to stop. In my opinion, from a chance making perspective is concerned, we seemed to stop, and it turned out to me like watching a wee training game. That's what it looked like. Rangers were strolling through it and things like that. But I think there was a number of chances that we created. I thought Roof was very unlucky. And I saw both our star men, if you follow what I mean. Kent was at one, it was like 30 yards past the post. And the boy Barker did the exact same thing. Up high and handsome. No. These things will need to stop. They need to start putting the ball. Although we spoke long and wearily about that pitch. Shocking pitch, absolutely. You see the ball, I think it's travelling and it's no travelling, and all of a sudden it speeds up again. It's crazy stuff. Sorry about
that. With some decent stuff, some decent moves, but it wasn't so much the. People would say it was a professional performance, Port there. Seen the game out, no danger. Had them chasing shadows, which we did have for the mass majority. They had a wee couple of minutes in the game when they got a couple of corners when our goalkeeper made a good save, and I'm sure we'll come on to that as the night moves on. But it was just that we were just slow and deliberate. There was no pace, no tempo. We stopped playing. In fact, at times a Roof must have been fed up because he was making wee runs to try and get the ball played through, and we were just being comfortable in possession. So. Yeah, I would say it's a thoroughly professional job, but I would agree with your 6.5 out of 10, Port.
I don't know if you agree with me in this situation, mate. I think, Rangers have finally found a way, in my opinion, to break this low block. What they were doing was the other day, Connor Goldson, what he was doing was Rangers are one-dimensional. We're just trying to tip-tap with the ball or in the place to get in behind them. Look, what we're doing was we're trying to draw them out, and then Connor Goldson was pinging 30-yard passes into Borna Barisic or into Tavernier, into Dave Kent a couple of times, received off Goldson. So, we were getting in behind, and that was obviously a tactic they'd been working on again to draw teams out and to finally defeat this low block that we keep coming up against. So they were doing a lot of things right, Oxshire, but to get 2-0 up and then, in my opinion, playing with the handbrake on after that, it was like we'll hold on to this what we've got. And I know we keep going on about this, clean sheet record. I just hope, mate, they're not, really concentrating and focusing on just keeping these clean sheets. Right, we've got 2-0. Let's shut up shop now and just keep our clean sheet. I just hope, I don't want that to happen, mate. I couldn't care if we won 4-1 the other day. I'm not really bothered about the clean sheet record. I really ain't. They broke a 91-year record there. It's done. They broke it. Right, let's just go and really take the handbrake off now and turn the screw in teams. I just feel we're still playing with the handbrake on, mate, and we've not reached, what I think our team's potential is. But I've seen a lot of good football, what I have seen for the last 6 games, to be honest, mate.
Thanks, man.
You can't argue too much of what you said there. We were playing what it looked like with a handbrake on. But I think there's times when we still tried our best, but we kept coming up. I thought their goalkeeper had a couple of nice wee saves. I thought their 2 centre halves, the guy Wand, I can't remember the other chap's name, the colour chap, I can't remember his name. But I thought those two had really good games against us.
They played well, they both did.
I thought they did, And we made it look easy because, sadly, I know Roof can get up and head the ball sometimes, but he can't do both. He's not got the weight to push and jostle, whereas Morelos has got the weight possibly to do that. But I don't know if that would have made any difference with Morelos coming on or not. That's the way it was. And can I just say this? I don't want to say too much more other than this. I thought the referee was shocking, absolutely shocking once again. Based on the cameras that I saw and the shots that I saw on it, I don't know how that can be a penalty against Roof. How can that be a penalty? How can it not be a penalty? And, unless I'm seeing, and I wasn't seeing something, maybe the referee said he pushed the guy, and I don't see it. I didn't see it. Did you?
I think he might have touched the guy. Whether they pushed him is open for debate. Portbear.
I looked at it, Oxford, and it looked to me like Wally Collins was getting up and saying to him, to Roof. He may totally ignored that boy, up and said to Roof, you did it first. I'm looking at it, and, I would expect my striker to be physical and try and give him a wee nudge to make him a bit of space. But the actual two hands-on shove that Roof received, maybe not a penalty every time, mate, but to let the law of the game, that should be a penalty. But Wally Collins dug Roof up for his. He basically classified he did an infringement, mate. So it's not a penalty. It's not a penalty because he's fouled him first.
Here's a question for you, Mr. Bridge. I know it's been an unusual year football-wise, but when do you think we'll last get a penalty?
Oh, goodness sake, it's a long time now. I think they've got something running in the football, the SPFL. I think they've got something running there to not give. I think we're back to this. What used to happen to us a couple of years ago. It was easier not to give Rangers a decision than it was to give them one. It was absolutely easier because to get less hassle. I'm talking about the referees now. Less hassle from fans, less hassle from the press. If Rangers don't get it, well, nobody's going to be too bothered other than Rangers. And it takes me back to the cheating beating days. And I think we're starting to enter that again. I think we saw Clancy doing it with us, and we've saw Colum doing it again.
I think we've got to watch. We don't turn into certain fans from across the city. Every time we don't get a result or a decision, mate, we blame other people by ourselves. Like they've done for 100 odd years, mate. No,
hold on. I'm not complaining about no winning the game. We won the game out the park, but there were certain decisions that referee took and did or didn't take. And I don't know the time that Helander got elbowed in the face. I don't think there was a booking there. We got a free kick and that was it. And that's the way that referee seems to do it. It doesn't want to take the step that it should. Apart from the booking, the double booking on their left back and captain, who complained bitterly, and I think the Hamilton manager complained bitterly about it as well. And I'm thinking, well, he never even tried to go for the ball. He just went to take the man out and took the man out. Simple as that.
Same as I thought Connor Golson was a wee bit naive.
Absolutely, 100%. I couldn't believe he did that.
That far-free goal, you get yourself booked and put yourself under pressure, and a booking it could come back and haunt you for a big game. Just a wee bit naive, I thought, but it's easy when you're not playing. The heat of the battle's the heat of the battle, isn't it?
He's up, he's got himself, psyched up, mate, and Connor Goldson does look really switched on this year. I will, give a guy credit where credit's due. Connor Goldson, in my opinion, has played his best, 6 games. The last 6 games, he's played the best in his career so far, in my opinion. He's looked superb, he's looked solid, he's looked switched on. He's made that naive mistake, but he's trying to win the ball, mate. So he's received the booking. It was probably dangerous. He could have received a second booking, especially on that surface where you can miss time a challenge, you can slip, and you're taking somebody with a mistake, second yellow, and you're off. You know what I mean? It's just bookings we can't really be doing with him. He's played so well.
He's been great. Can I just come in on that one? Connor Goldson's been great, but that in Saturday, I was shouting at the telly, come on, what are you doing? What on earth are you doing? That was his fault all the way, no problem at all. Completely lost wherever he was and lost all perspective of the game at that point in time.
We were coasting.
I'm saying that. You're laughing and you're walking away with it. Just daft.
I'll be honest with you, with the 5 substitutions, I would actually substituted them at half time, put Big Balogun on.
That was a good shout, by the way. That's a good shout there.
Only with the 5 substitutes, because you could do it, Port Bear.
Yeah. Sometimes you've got to protect people for their sell-offs, yeah. You're bang on. It would have been a sensible substitution to make, because sometimes you just got to protect them for himself. Because all it took, as I said, them surfaces are absolutely shocking. I don't even want to make it. I'm not talking from an excuse point of view. What I'm saying is, you can lose your footing very easily. Look how often people were losing their feet at the weekend. And all it had to be was him, going to squeeze somebody and pressure somebody, losing his footing, and he gets through somebody by mistake, but he's still going to receive a yellow card for it, mate. So it'd be second yellow and he'd been off, and you lose him for 2 games. So I would have understood if Gerrard did that. So can I give special mention tonight, Oxford, to Ryan Kent? I've said that about Goldson just there, but can I just say to all the Bears out there and your 2 selves, Ryan Kent, I think we've found my talisman this year, mate. I think that boy's been nothing short of more than worth his value. He's finally lived up to the hype and the price we paid for him. He looks outstanding, mate. He's very, very dangerous young man this year.
Aye, I get where you're coming from, mate. Arguably, Connor, who we've just did a wee go at, but I mean, it was again an observation. Him and Connor Goldson have been arguably John McLaughlin as well. We've not a bad player, but they would be the top 2 performers for me.
Yeah.
But Ryan Kent, talisman, aye, good.
I think Ryan Kent is proving to be a tremendous footballer, and the more he plays for Rangers at the levels he's playing, then the more people will look at him. It can't be helped. It is exactly what Port Bear's saying there. It seems like a talisman for us. I just wish when you look across to young Hadji looks as if he's got the style, he's got the movement, but he doesn't have the finish, the final article. Maybe he just doesn't have the pace either to do what he wants to do, And that wee burst, it doesn't look as if he's got that. But there's no doubt about his attempts. He wants to try and score goals, and he proved that in the weekend they're scoring. So no problems with that. He just needs to up his game. That's my opinion. If he's got it and he's able to do it, he needs to do it.
Nah, nothing to change my mind at the moment. Hope improve Ryan, but nothing to change my mind at the moment.
Aye.
One swallow doesn't make a honeymoon, Port Bear.
For a wee change.
Swallows
I've got to disagree with you, mate. I seen enough in the first 6 months of Ryan Kent. Maybe more in European football. I've seen enough in him to suggest that we've got a player in there. I agree. He's not, set the header alight so far this season.
I'm not talking about Ryan Kent. I'm talking about Bridges Hadji.
Aye, Hadji. That's what I'm talking about, mate.
Right,
okay. Hadji showed me enough, mate, in plenty of games, including last year when he first came in January, the Braga games, etc. I understand what people are saying. He doesn't seem to have a yard of pace to get away from people. If he had that, he could probably be a far better player. But I just think, mate.
The last time Hadji had a good game, nobody heard of COVID-19. There you go.
I just think, I've seen enough. His movement's absolutely superb. He makes so much space for himself. And I know he does
you're blinkered when you're bet, mate. You're blinkered.
I'm not.
You're upset that young Stardog knows more about football than you do. You're blinkered.
Wow. That's a statement and a half. My goodness gracious.
Right. I'll tell you what, right? I'll give you Ryan Kent. He's been excellent. Arguably our best player this season.
Yep.
So get yourself in mute and let's hear from young Ryan. See what he's got to say after Saturday's performance.
Obviously really happy. We put in a really good performance in the first half. Probably could have been a bit more ruthless in the second half, but we'll take all the 3 points. Delighted with the performance.
How pleased are you with the start that you've made to the season personally?
I'm delighted with my start. 3 goals. It's always a good way to get off the start of the season. But most importantly, the way the team have played from the get-go. Right from the start of pre-season, we've shown intent this season, and may it continue.
Your focus mainly is attacking, of course, but that's 6 clean sheets in a row. How much has that impressed on all the players in the team, the importance of keeping the back door shut?
We mentioned it before the game. Defending starts with the people up top. To help those at the back. It goes all the way through the team. Obviously, the back four have been terrific. But as a collective, as a group, I think we've been solid defensively, and that's been proven.
playing alongside Kemar Roof, a player of fantastic quality. How much have you enjoyed playing alongside him so far?
Yeah, he's great to play with. His link-up play is really nice. It'd be good to get more games alongside him. Understand his movements more. With a new player coming into the team, you need to build that chemistry. And I think the more training sessions he gets under his belt and the more match fitness he gets, is going to prove a big part of this team.
What's the mood like in the dressing room overall? Because yes, it's a fortnight to the next game, but I'm sure you guys can't wait for that game to come round already.
Yeah, if we could carry on playing now, we would do. We'll go away, rest. With our mindset on the next game. As long as we continue doing the right things, we don't slip up in any areas of our game, then I think we'll be all right going forward.
All right, Port Bear, I'll give you that. He's been my best player, but I'd maybe put him because he's got the goals and the assists, but I think Connor Goldson would give him a good run for his money, so people want to join us. Give your thoughts on Saturday. Give your thoughts on the view from a bridge. What's the number? Bridgeman.
And the number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, Port?
Join us on Skype at RangersRadio.online, and you will run to the call by Old Arrow School Blue and Fox.
Bridge, how can anybody drink this stuff? It's wild.
Don't do it.
Oh, mate.
You've not stopped drinking it yet.
Can I just say that on Ryan Kent? I think Ryan Kent's we can see he's going to be he is a top quality player in my mind, and as long as he keeps doing what he's doing for the Rangers, I think all the Rangers fans will just love him and adore him, and maybe a wee bit more goals, or better shots at goal. We can't afford any wild shots, so get him on target because he is a smashing player, really is.
You're a hard taskmaster, Bridge, hard taskmaster. His shot made the second goal, didn't it? Good effort.
Oh, indeed, yes, indeed.
Good effort. Tav. What was Tav doing up there, Port Bear, for the 2 goals?
This is what I think, Ox. I think this is part of, our guru, tactician, Michael Beale, mate. I think what he's expecting after Barisic and Tavernier. Because of this low block, we need width, mate. So we're trying to get, and obviously we need to load this box for with players. And I think this is what the tactic is. Michael Beale's obviously been working hard through the COVID, break to find a way to break teams down. And this is one of the, tactics come up with, get our fullbacks as high as we can. And this is why Davis and Jack are very important to go and fill them gaps when them two are, far forward. But also what I noticed the other day was, as I said earlier on the show, Jack or Davis were taking turns and going and being another man up, further up the park, and one of them was sitting screening the back two, Hollander and Goldson. So we'll definitely change. There's been a few tweaks, mate, to get this block sorted out, but long may it continue, mate, because it's definitely working, and that's only you're going to get goals. And the 2 goals we scored are proof of the pudding that if you load the box and you get delivery in and the delivery is good, that will come. These goals will come.
Aye, obviously the goalie made a save. You could argue it's a ricochet and there's tap to put it in the net. If you shoot, some things can happen, mate.
Aye, we know the old rule, just go across the keeper, and that's what Ryan Kent did. He goes across the keeper palms it straight into, could have been anybody there. It could have been Roof on the end of it.
Defender,
whatever. Exactly, it could have been anybody, mate. Or your old pal, or Jimmy's old pal, Ricochet. But that's what happens when you shoot, mate.
Aye, exactly. You don't shoot, you don't score. So come and join us on Skype at RangersRadio.online or phone in on 0141 356 1972. When you phone in, hang up and we'll contact you right back. And you come, Bridge?
Yes, indeed. Can I just say that I was delighted to see Tavernier getting his goal, because I've been not complaining but making comment about how he's going so far up the park and then he's dropping off again and stopping, which is causing problems because people are looking for that ball to the wing. And right into the post. Absolutely brilliant. Loved it. Just loved it. Got his goal. Superb. So that might lift his confidence which I think it was lacking a wee bit. Maybe that'll give him a wee boost and go on with it.
I was checking some stats today, Oxy, regarding you talk about shooting there.
Like a stat?
I like a stat, mate. I like a stat. Aye. Rangers are, there's a sort of wee stat league that I've looked at today. And Rangers right now have 131 shots in goal so far this season. So they're definitely shooting more than they were last season. And 40 of them have been on target. So that seems to be a tactic that's been asked the team this year. One thing we moaned about, for a long time on this show, we didn't think Rangers, shot enough. So definitely that has improved this year. They've also been the most clean sheets with 6. And McLaughlin's obviously top of that table. He's only made 7 saves all season though, John McLaughlin, Oxia. He's only made 7 saves because obviously their team's been playing so well. Tavernier's top of the assist league with 3. So, everything's going good, mate. I think if everything's positive, what we've been working on behind the scenes is definitely starting to come together, mate, and will make continue.
Who sent you these stats, Fox?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Going back to the goalkeeper, Bridgeman. Great point. It'd be great to hear from people. Is John McLaughlin taking his chance and slowly becoming our number 1?
Well, it's looking that way, isn't it? You can't take anything away from us. He's done very, very well. I'm not saying he's going to throw McGregor out of the team or anything like that right at this moment, but he needs to watch out because all he needs is a wee drop in form, a bit of a blunder, which goalkeepers can tend to do. But he's got to watch what he's doing, watch his P's and Q's. Otherwise, McGregor will be straight in and he'll take his place back. And when that happens with goalkeepers, then normally, if they're fit, that is, they're normally in there for a while and with the bricks. And that's what happens with McGregor. But I think John McLaughlin's marvellous. Never dreamt to be as good as that. Never dreamt to be as good as that. Superb. Absolutely superb.
I'm not saying he's a better goalie than Alan McGregor. Portbear, I wouldn't say that yet, but he's got a string to his bow, maybe 2 strings to his bow, coming for crossbars and his distribution compared to Alan. But I would still have Alan ahead in shot stopping because through the years we've seen Alan, he's never really let us down. Huh?
Yeah, mate, well, that's something I checked up on a day. I looked at both of their stats throughout their career. I even had a look at both of them when they both played in the championship. Obviously, looked at their stats down there as well. It's relatively close, mate, in shot stopping. McGregor is definitely the best shot stopper, 100%. But John McLaughlin obviously beats him with the distribution. He's got 91% accuracy with his passing, and that's in long balls, obviously short balls. Alan McGregor was only 86 pass completion rate. But the one thing that tips at the scales totally was obviously what Alan McGregor has won in his career, mate. That's his way out in front with John McLaughlin on that. But for a keeper we got for nothing, mate, John McLaughlin, which I'll tell the truth, I didn't know a lot about him. I didn't even remember him when he played at Hearts. So when we got him in, I didn't know what to expect. But I've been pleasantly surprised. And he's, as I said on the show before, he's been a good deputy. But now, it's his shot to lose, in my opinion, Oxia. It's his shot to lose.
All right, we'll have a wee poll. Pity Linda wasn't here to keep the scores, Bridger. We could have a wee poll and she could do the percentage. I wonder if she could manage that with the abacus. Well, that'd be all right. Or different colours and that. Right, so we'll ask a simple question. Who's the number 1? A for Alan. And if you think it's John McLaughlin, J. Simple as that. A or J. At the moment, I didn't think I would say this. And I can't believe I'm saying this, Portbear, but I've got to say that Big John's a man in possession. Big man.
I'll ask you another question, Oxia. Have you missed McGregor? Has Rangers missed McGregor?
No, at the moment, mate. Knowing the games we've played so far, no, because you could argue that John's brought a calmness and distribution that Alan's no got. If we're being hypercritical in Alan's game. And no, but he's a man in possession. Bridge?
Yeah, 100%. I think my lad, he comes out with the ball at his feet quite easily, and he sometimes sends the forward players the wrong way and things like that. So he looks good. and he's quite confident. He's quite with the ball at his feet, and he doesn't look to do anything fantastic with it. He always seems to look for the sort of defensive midfielder, or indeed big goals, and it's easy for him. He's only going to run maybe 15, 20 yards max with the ball at his feet and pass it out. And he does that. He does it very, very well, and it makes him look good.
It'll be yourself, what bear?
It's very difficult, Oxford. Alan McGregor was part of my 9 in a row, and he's a big part of my Rangers supporting career. So I probably have got a slight, softer spot for him and McLaughlin, because in my eyes, Alan McGregor's a legend. So I'm kind of hurt a wee bit. He's out of the team, but John McLaughlin's not done anything wrong, mate. He's took a chance where McGregor was injured, and he's took his chance, and it's just up to Alan McGregor now to push himself and get that shot back. But what an opportunity! We all know Alan McGregor's coming to the end of his career. We know that, and we were all probably sitting going, "I hope, are we going to get somebody? Will we get somebody? Will we find somebody as good?" But lo and behold, the scouting team and Ross Wilson has done a marvellous job in finding this guy, because now I don't have the same worries as I had. I really have not, Oxford. I've not got the same worries as I had.
All right, it's about 85%. John McLaughlin's edge, isn't it?
It's quite interesting when you do that, Oxford. Quite interesting when you do that.
85%, John McLaughlin.
So there's nobody can say that he's not played well, and I don't know whether Alan McGregor would just walk straight back in. He might have to just wait his turn, as I said earlier. He just might wait. He may have to wait, unless the manager takes a brainstorm and decides that's not it, But brilliant. We're very lucky. We've got 2 top-class international. Admittedly, McGregor's an ex-international, but you've got another young lad who's out on loan to us at Livingston, young McCrory, Robert McCrory. So I reckon when he comes back to the Rangers or from loan, he might actually start then and fighting for a place between the three of them and create massive competition. I don't know whether the club would cope with that. Maybe they just do it and to get the boy back out on loan or something like that. But my goodness gracious, imagine that 3 top goalkeepers, because he's in the Scottish squad, isn't he, McCrory? He's in the Scottish squad. So
I noticed they never put him down for his parent club. There you go, but not to worry. So come and join us. Really shocked at that. I'm not shocked that John McLaughlin's got it at the moment, but I'm shocked how many people are went for him. You know what I mean? It's pretty overwhelming at the moment. So come and join us in 0141 356 1972. Phone in, hang up, and we'll contact you right back. Where else can you join us, Port Bear?
Join us on Skype at RangersRadio.online. You were brought to the call by Fox and Old School Blue. Come in and have a debate. Tell us what other positions Oxford, like centre back, who Stephen Gerrard's got a massive, dilemma when after the international break we've got Aribo coming back. So in midfield, who's going to play in midfield when he comes back? And then who's going to be our ideal forward line? We've got loads to talk about, Oxford, loads of stuff to debate. Be great to hear from people.
When do you think Aribo's going to come back, guys?
Hopefully it'll be the United game, mate, because if it's no, mate, it sort of suggests it's a lot more serious.
Yeah.
Can I give you a bit of news, Oxford, by the way?
Yes.
Is it something to do with Port Glasgow?
No, it's about Cedric Itten. He's going to be out for 3 weeks, guy, just to let everybody know. He's going to be out for 3 weeks with a calf problem. Yes.
Okay. We don't get a lot, baby bridge.
No, we don't. And it's not. And when we do, it's pretty bad, actually, to be honest with you. For the players and getting injured, it's just incredible. Just incredible.
Okay, so we've looked at the goalkeeping situation, and I think you're going for Kent man of the match on Saturday, Port Bear.
I certainly am, mate. Outstanding.
Me too.
I don't think I would argue with that, mate. I don't think I would argue that. Clean sweep, I don't think anybody played badly. Kent was a shining light. I don't think anybody was horrendous. There was a couple of players I didn't enjoy their performance, but I don't want to mention them, because you then feel as if I would be singling out Barker and Hadji. But I just think that nobody played badly, but the tempo dropped and they all just stayed comfortable, Port.
Well, definitely, mate. I'll give special mention as well to your boy, Stephen Davis. I thought he's been outstanding the last 2 games, mate. Absolutely outstanding. And even when he's stepping forward, he's the guy that this is what Kamara and Jack can bring. Although Jack's pass to put Barker in 1-on-1 was outstanding, Steve Davis has got that, that killer pass, that eye for to put the ball through the eye needle, to put people in and goal. Stephen Davis has been outstanding, mate, the last 2 games. I've got to give him special praise. But like you said, there wasn't any bad players. But Stephen Davis has been very, very good, mate.
100%. 100% on that. I think he brings up, shall we say, a bit of composure. I'm not saying he's the most composed person in the world, but he does help and brings a bit of composure. And you could see some lovely balls he was chipping into the box, some tremendous stuff, I thought he was really good. And I thought, just as Portbear said, last couple of games he'd been back to getting close to, but he could be back to his best. Let's put it that way. And he was a really good player.
Jack, you'd argue with the best pass in the match, mate, with the pick.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, no criticism I had you there. He hit it well enough, Portbear just happened. The goalie saved it, it was getting in,
Well, I'm not sure. I'd be more critical of Hadji if he wasn't getting in these positions. But like I always say, he does take up lovely positions, mate. And once he gets his full confidence back, and once he gets used to your game, just bear in mind, this is his first real big season. He's had pre-season, but look at the difference in Ryan Kent this year. Ryan Kent's had a full pre-season under Gerrard and that whole team. We're reaping the benefits for him. I think that's going to come with Hadji, mate. He has to work in his sprinting. I get that. He has to work in his pace. But that'll come, mate. That'll come.
Well, he needs to work on it in order to find out if he's actually got it. Because if we're hoping that he has got it. Some of the teams he's played for and against over in Europe may have noticed he was quite good. But when you're playing in the SPFL, it is sometimes quite a fast-paced game. So you really need to be up for it, And if you're not up for it, you get caught out,
The boys get talent. The boys get ability. But I'm back to the jury's out. Portbear, I'm sorry, mate. I can't. I've got to stick to my gun, see what I say. And Aribo's not been playing, but he's still like streets ahead of him, mate.
At the moment, I won't argue that point, mate, because Aribo is ahead of him in definitely performance this year. Can I just say as well, see Aribo, mate, I think he's a difference. Since he's been out, I think I've noticed a big part of your team missing. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. See, when Rangers have a good performance, I think if Aribo was in these teams, mate, you would see a great performance, if that makes sense. I think he's a missing link. Having watched him out the last few weeks, he's definitely the missing link in your team. The driving force, the guy has got something different where he carries the ball and goes beyond the defenders and goes in one of these major runs into the box and puts it away. I think he's been a missing player, mate, for taking us from a good performance to a great performance.
I couldn't disagree with that, Oxter. I'm not dead sure whether he's a missing link for us, but he's when he's playing and he's on form, he offers so much to the team. Offers so much, and it's brilliant to see him. So hopefully he comes back fit as a fiddle, because if he's ready to come back now, he'll get the extra rest during that. Oh no, he might be back playing for Nigeria, yeah?
I wouldn't have thought so, mate, with the injury.
No? Okay.
I wouldn't have thought so. I wouldn't have thought that would have happened, Porter. I don't think he'd be going on international duty, would he?
No, not at the moment. I think if it maybe playing the grass the weekend, he might maybe get 30 minutes near the end. But I just don't think Gerrard's going to risk him on a plastic pitch. And I would like to think Gerrard would have a wee word in his ear. I don't think Nigeria have got any games coming up anyway.
Oh well, that's it.
I think I'd be saying to him, look, big man, you're just back for an injury. Just leave this game out. I think Rangers, if they're all pay his wages, so I think that's the least they can do is just miss a game for Nigeria for the up. But there's none coming up, mate. There's none coming up.
Right, join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online or use the phone and join us on 0141 356 1972. Phone in, hang up, and we'll phone you right back. It'd be great to hear from you. Give your views on Saturday's performance, how you rated it. The view for the bridge was a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, I love it. Yes, 7 out of 10.
a view for the bridge. All right, the centre halves, mate. We talked about a rare error, and it might be the first error he's made this season, mate. And it was just enthusiasm. It wasn't a mistake when he got himself booked at the halfway line when it was a bit of rashness. But even on Saturday, they sort of switched room. They got people's numbers. They never looked under any danger, Port Vale. And the competition for they two and Balogun, and obviously we'll get Edmondson and Big Katic as well. We're well covered in that position.
It's frightening, mate. Honest to God, we've used to often on this show in regards to where we were 2 years ago when Gerrard first walked through the doors to where we are now. In my opinion, in such a short time, we've got arguably, in my opinion, the 3 best centre halves in the league. I'm going to say it. We've got the 3 best centre halves in the league. No matter what pairing it will be, I'll be happy. Big Phil Hollander's come back in, mate, after a long injury. Comes in against Bayer Leverkusen and has not put a foot wrong since that moment. Balogun come in a free transfer for Wigan. Again, great scouting by the scouting team and Ross Wilson. He comes in against Aberdeen his first game and strolls it. He's playing Mr. Garney's move, mate. He's strolling about this park and he's strolling through these games like Goldson is and like Hollander is, and they're finding it very easy. That's great credit to the team, because in my opinion, the way our team are playing, I looked at some of the stats of the Ox, surprise.
Oh no!
Aye, in the last 6 games, Ox, here, the lowest possession we've had is 71%, and the highest has been 78. We're absolutely crushing teams, mate. That's very forward line that comes from it. You defend for the front. Our team are absolutely squeezing the life out of teams, which is absolutely fantastic, mate. That's credit to the whole lot of them.
All right, we've been joined by Alex. Evening, Alex.
Hi, Alex. How you doing, pal? You all right, Bridgeman?
Hi, Alex. How you doing? All right?
I am fine, pal.
Excellent,
what about
pal. Well
Starfield there? How's Starfield doing, Port Vale?
Mate.
Don't ask Port Vale too much. He gets mixed up easily.
Overtime gone today, so he'd nothing else to do. You know what I mean?
Bamboozles is my figures here.
What we've got to do, I better not shout this too loud. We do the figures when Linda's knowing, because we don't want to upset her.
Would that be the luscious, Linda?
Will you get in trouble for that sexist remark? Take that as your first of 50 warnings, all right?
Fair offence, Linda, if you're listening.
How we doing, mate? Now you've had time to reflect on Saturday. What did you think?
I was trying to be positive on Saturday. I know you're more kind of honest than what I'm at, but in reflection, I'm getting a wee bit concerned now with the amount of missed chances that we're having. I see Celtic creeping up on us, and we're only three goals ahead of them now with plus 11. I think we could have been up to plus 20 with the amount of missed chances that we've had in the 6 games now. And it's a wee bit of a concern, but it would be more of a concern if we weren't creating anything. So I'm still very pleased with the start to the season, but we're no putting that was a game that was easily 4 or 5 goals in it for us there. So just a wee concern with that.
Port Bear?
I have to agree. I've got a very, very funny feeling this year. I didn't want to put eggs in one basket, because what I thought was I was going to, but Celtic obviously got them games, postponed as a so-called punishment. What I said to my friends doing this neck of the woods was, I'm still treating it like Celtic win every game. Obviously the drop points against Kelly. I had that in my mind that we're going to win every game right behind us. I didn't want us to get complacent and think, just because they were games behind, we were too far off the gas. I wanted us to really go and lay a marker down and win all our games and score as many goals as we can, because I think goal difference will play a big part in this year's league title, mate.
Alex, I would say we've missed a few chances. What disappointed me on Saturday wasn't so much, Roof should have scored with his header. Possibly, I would argue that Barker should have maybe done better. Roof should have done better when he cut back inside. Hadji, he done okay. The goal he made a save. No criticism with that. But what annoyed me on Saturday was the fact that we stopped making chances. Not so much the ones we missed. is we just played the game out under no pressure. We never really went for the throat, should we say.
Aye, we seemed to drop our intensity as the game went on, didn't we? As I said on Saturday in the after show, it was crying out for a substitution round about the hour mark of 70 minutes, just to bring fresh legs on, because basically with the fans not being in the stadium now, the players have got to motivate themselves and give their drive to, push on and try and get more goals. So it's up to them to keep themselves motivated. With a new face, new legs on the park there, could have been the difference with scoring a 2 or 3. I mean, Alfie's sitting there. I know he's maybe having Gerrard's words or whatever, but you're not telling me Alfie wouldn't have tucked away a couple of them. And you've got Greg Stewart there as well. He's meant to be the best finisher in the squad. And again, he's kicking his heels to come on in the 89th minute. I just thought it was an opportunity missed, that was all.
I think for me, and I'll go to Bridge and then Port, I think that getting the third goal just changes the whole dynamics. The energy saps out the other team's legs. They're still in it at 2-3, different Bridge, and that's what I would like to see. Then you go in and get the third, the fourth, and whatever, Bridge, man.
I think we're seeing and listening to the way we're speaking and what we're saying. To me, it's obvious that Rangers could very easily rue the day and rue all these chances missed, and the performance against Livingston of not scoring will make them home to haunt us. Seriously, and it's all about just scoring goals. It's putting men in the box like we did on Saturday there, and there's a lot of chances, and good chances too, and we just couldn't take them. A couple of really badly missed chances, but seriously, we really need to buck up and actually start scoring, because as Port Bear says, we'll not be that far behind, or rather, we'll not be that far ahead on goal difference when the shall we say, the games in hand start to be getting played, and we really need the buffer. We need to start playing. We're playing very well, and we need to keep that going for the 90 minutes, not for the 70 minutes with 20 minutes in the middle, giving the ball away and let them do what they want to do, and then we pick up on it again. But when we pick up on it again, we're still not scoring, and that's what we need to do. Just get goals and get the ball in the back of the net. That's the name of the game. Just do it.
Do you know, Alex, and I'll go to Port with this first before I come back to you, Alex. Port, sometimes I don't mind if the other team's kicking them off the line, the goalie's making a few good saves, you hit the post, and you think, okay. But we just we passed it along the park, running roughly about 30 yards for goal, with no intent, and just seen it the game. Now, people will argue it was professional, but for me, it wasn't a good watch. And I know I said that on Saturday, I'm repeating myself, but that's where the goals come from. You play at that tempo that young Stardust always going on about.
Definitely, mate. I've touched on it on the show before. Alex going to know what I'm going to say right now, actually. I've been on this show moaning, mate, about, being a one-half team. And it's always been, in my opinion, we're always strong in the second half. But this week, we were the opposite. We played in the first half, in my opinion. And as you said, we shot up. And I'm just beginning to think, well, we too heavily concentrate on this clean sheet carry on. I don't know what the factor is, Oxshire, or is it the fans are not driving us on? We need to buck up, mate. I'm still to see Rangers play a full 90 minutes this season. And I think once we see a full 90 minutes of Rangers with the handbrake off, I've no doubt, mate. I'm happy as a pig, and we're top of the league. We won a game at the weekend, another clean sheet. I couldn't be any happier, Oxshire. But in my opinion, they're only playing about 70% of the ability that they can all play at. We're playing with the handbrake on, mate. I don't know why, but we should just go for the juggler and finish these teams off. If we score the third against them, mate, it could have been 7, 8 or 9. It could have been anything they wanted to. But they allowed that team to stay in the game at 2. If they get that goal where John McLaughlin pulls off the wonder save, that could be a different game, mate. That's a potential banana skin on them pitches. Them pitches are a leveler, mate. And that's a danger. That's a danger sitting at 2-0. You need to go and finish teams off. Get that third goal, and the game's so different. You can relax. Their heads go down, and you get the opportunity to go and finish teams off. We need to learn to be more, clinical in front of goal, mate. We need to learn to start taking more chances.
Can I come in on Alex chair?
Well, Alex, come in, mate. Then.
Okay, pal, no problem.
Oh, you can carry on if you want, Rich.
No, carry on, please, pal. Sorry.
There you go.
No
to
bother.
you, Bridge. To you.
Right.
The bottle's spun to you, Bridge.
No, to me. No, I just wanted to say that the words of wisdom coming from Port Glasgow is tremendous. We really need to watch what we're doing, and we really need to when although we're not scoring the goals, when we get two, we really need to watch what we're doing and don't slip up at the back from the defensive mid back to the goalkeeper. Watch what we're doing. Don't give too many mistakes, which we did at the end Saturday, because we lost our place in the midfield, and that forced the ball. They sort of stepped up on us, and we didn't know what to do. But we really need to put the ball in the back of the net. But as Port Bear says, over the moon, 16 points, and no goal scored against us. Marvellous, just marvellous.
And the bottle spins back to you, Alex.
No bother. No, good points for both Bridge and Port there. Totally agree with you as well. 2-0's a dangerous scoreline, because only needed that one goal, as Port says, and all of a sudden it's a kind of nervous last 10-15 minutes.
All right, okay.
So,
we've been joined by a caller. I'll cut across you, Alex.
Yeah,
I think Dale's joined us.
Aye. Fun news again, aye. It took me a wee bit bringing up, but aye, so how you doing, guys? I've got to agree with Oxchair there about the game on Saturday, where, I mean, it was great for me because I had a wee lie in for a change, you know. I didn't have to watch the game till 9:30 in the morning. It was a big difference. But
you like the 5:30 in a kick-off this Saturday?
Definitely. I know it's not any good for you guys, you know, but I don't care about you guys, right? Okay.
Well, thanks for the call,
Dale.
Aye, no bother. No bother. I give you a wee input.
What a shocker, Dale. What a shocker.
Yeah. Aye.
Actually, for Dale.
That was the only thing I missed. Well, I didn't miss, actually. Apart from the second half was, it was all that run-of-the-mill stuff. And it was like, I was actually more scared in the second half, worried about Rangers actually losing a goal, you know, to break that clean sheet record, than I was worried about them getting beat. You know what I'm saying? And it was, there just wasn't enough. There just wasn't enough in the game in the second half. You know, they could have probably tanked them 5-0. Yeah, it wasn't there.
All right.
You know,
can I cut across you? We've been joined by another caller as well. Evening, caller.
All right, it's Gary here. How's it going, lads?
All right, Gary, how you doing, mate? All right?
Hi, Gary.
Aye, no bad, aye.
Give your thoughts quickly.
Like everybody else, at the start of the game, when the first couple of goals went in, I thought, oh, here we go. When I phoned in on Friday, I said it could be 5-0, and I thought, I'm going to get this right here. But the game just died out. I can't moan too much. We kept the clean sheet. We've got the points. We all know that team's going to get a lot better. There's a lot more in that team. So clean sheet, maybe not the best performance, but I wish we had a game next week. But obviously it's an international break. I'm a wee bit anxious about coming back for the break. Like,
don't worry.
We can keep this momentum up, but we've got a lot of good players coming back. I think they're looking good. That team can only get better, as I say. There was a tackle in about the first 10 minutes. Goldson tackled the defender in his own half, the attacker in the Hamilton half, and they went right through the guy. You can't really say he didn't. But watching that in slow motion, that ball, it was like it hit the ground and swerved, and Goldson just went through him. The pitch is terrible. I'm just glad the game's over. We kept your clean sheet. We got the 3 points.
All right, mate. I'll come right back to you. But Bert, do you know what we need?
A glass of wine.
No, we're doing that stuff. We need another lady caller called Emma, and then we could have her on with Dale, and then it'd be Emma Dale.
Jeez.
I've not heard that one before for about 30 years. Thanks for that one, guys.
Dale, he's here all night, mate. He's here all night.
The other one, see, the other one I used to get, guys, just before he go, the other ones I used to get was my second name is Richie. And all the way through school, I was getting called my bozza. So, Emmerdale is absolutely nothing, right?
I didn't want to say that one.
You can say what you want, mate.
That's how Christened Sherlock. That's his new show name, my bozza.
My bozza, aye, there you go.
We'll never get Emma on if we introduce him like that.
What does that mean, guys? What does that mean?
What does it mean?
I don't quite grasp that one.
Go and ask the nurse in your house.
There you go.
Get yourself in mute.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, hi.
I've been in exile for some years and my eyes filled up with tears when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. So I took a trip along just to hear some famous songs when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. I stood there all alone while the boys all down from home sang of Rangers, that team of great renown. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now on the field below, the boys put on a show, the likes they'd never seen at Molyneux. And it's football, it was grand, from Macmillan, Scott and Brand, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now the white flag must come nearer with men like Bobby Shearer, the way he played at Wolverhampton town. And the world forever after would sing of Jimmy Baxter, for on his head they placed that noble crown. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now I knew it had to happen, I heard a mighty roar, the famous Glasgow Rangers they had scored. And the sky was white and blue, Wolverhampton shook right through, the loyal rampant Rangers had come through. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. When the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town.
God bless you, Judah.
That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Yes.
Brilliant.
Right. Well, back, gentlemen.
Yep.
Aye.
Aye. You enjoy that, Bridge? Did you get
absolutely brilliant. Can't beat
Did you
that.
get the medical question answered?
The medical question? I've never heard a question about medicals.
All right, we'll leave that later on then. Right. Right, Gary came in there and also Dale came in. Dale, I'm in your camp, mate. I thought the game just petered out. I think Gary said the same, mate. It was an opportunity to get more goals. But we take the start of the season, the big picture, the little picture, the 90 minutes on Saturday, I'll say it again, it wasn't a great watch for me.
One thing I can say, I was a wee bit happier about, I think they got more balls into the box, more bodies into the box. I was thinking it could be 5 at half time here, but as you say, it just seemed to die away, eh?
Aye, we won easy, let's be honest. Dale, we won easy, mate.
Oh, they bossed the game, that's for sure. Bossed it. But...
Dale, he's on mute. He's done it. He needs to go on the Causeway Bridge. You need to come off a mute, Dale. Press the mute button. Go on then, press the button, you come off a mute. It's a wee microphone, press it.
Hey!
Well done, Dale.
All right, I've got you. I put it on
it?
camera there. That would have been a big mistake.
We've seen you.
Oh, mate, that was shocking, mate.
That's bad. I know it's shocking. I know. That's how I had to move it. You know what I'm saying? What was I going to say? You know, if you look at the players that have still got to come back, like Heaton, I mean, he's shown a lot of promise. Okay, he's out injured now. And definitely Kemar Roof, the way he gets himself about the place, it just opens up a hell of a lot more things instead of just looking up at Alfie all the time. And, well, as far as I've heard, he might be away. There's another bid coming for Leo. I'm not sure if that's true or no, though.
It's been speculated on the internet, but we'll wait and see. Port Bear, you're enjoying Kemar Roth, whatever his name is?
I really am, mate. You know, I've been watching him pretty closely the last, 2 appearances he's made, and I see a lot of similarities about me. I love his game intelligence. You know, he makes a lot of runs, intelligent runs. He drops deep. He can go in behind. You know, it's absolutely fantastic the way he gets about the pitch. And his work rate is outstanding, mate. You know, he'll go left, he'll go right, he'll take the ball. He likes the physical side of the game. He's good in there. He reminds me, mate, I'm going to put this out here, he reminds me of Kenny Miller. That's who he reminds me of. Kenny Miller, your favourite player. He reminds me of him. That's who his movement reminds me so much of his style of,
Go and wash your mouth out with soapy water mentioning that guy's name.
Listen, Bridge, I didn't think I'd want to say this, but Port Bear, thanks for the call. Don't be a stranger.
That beer must be strong down there.
It's no beer he drinks, mate. This stuff's vile, Bridge, isn't it? Absolutely vile.
It's just like a Clyde. It's just put straight for the Clyde. That's what they're doing.
We started a wee thing in the studio. Bring your favourite tipple on. Jeez, Bridge and Friday brought in Iron Brew. Fox and cream soda. Yeah, Port Bear. I don't know what this is. It's vile.
Port Moonshine, mate. Port Moonshine.
It's land like mixed with the water out of Clyde. That's what it is.
Right, carry on, Port Bear. So you think he's getting movement like Kenny Miller? So is he going to end up in Australia then?
I hope not, mate, because I think that boy's going to score us plenty of goals. He's still settling into your side. He's still learning Gerrard's system. But I've seen enough of him, mate. He does get himself in great positions. I'm thinking about his header last week. I'm thinking about his header that he missed this week. You know, a sharp, match fit Kemar Roof buries that header. I seen him scoring these goals for Leeds, mate. I think we've got a cracker in our hands here, and I'm going to say this as well. I think he's going to be better than Alfredo.
Big praise.
There you go.
Whoa, that's a big statement. That's a big statement.
All right, okay. Alfredo who? So we'll go to Alex with that, and then we'll go to Gary. On you go, Alex.
About that statement, with Ruth better than Alfredo. That's a bold remark.
Well, remember, I whisper to you, he's the one that thinks Haji's better than Aribo.
I think that Eldorado's got his heat.
Is that the Tony White?
Is that what you call it down there?
No, it was called. You used to get the old something, and then it was the Tony White, but Old Red and Tony White, and they were all just rotten anyway. It's just they got you minging. For goodness sake, I know you talked to
Trust me,
a couple of times.
this is not a California grape in this stuff.
I agree.
Right,
It was called Old Ritz and Tony White. There you go.
Let's taste the old.
Listen, I like the like it, the look of Roof as well, but he's obviously still lacking that wee bit of match fitness. But the more games that he gets, hopefully the better he'll become. So I seen a wee bit in the thing with the night. He's actually looking for goalkeepers to shooting practice and stuff while people's away in international duty. So hopefully he digs in for the next week or two again and bulks up a wee bit and works on his fitness and comes back, and hopefully we get the benefits of it when he comes back.
All right, I get what Port's saying about his movement. I've enjoyed his movement. I didn't mind Kenny Miller as a player. I just didn't like his past employers. Gary, Roof, you're thinking?
He looks a player like he's no fit the new. It's great to hear that he's got to do extra when all the international players are away. I'm sure we could all only hope that he's better than Alfredo. I think he's a smarter player. I think he'll make better runs. I think that's time will tell with all that. But I think he's going to do a job for us, a really good one. Whether he scores the goals that Alfredo scores, I don't know. I hope so. But the difference with Roof's going to have somebody up playing with me. Alfredo was more the lone ranger. I think Roof's going to do better with somebody up there with him. We've got good players coming back, Aribo, Defoe. Roof's got a bit of pace. Defoe's still got a bit of pace. So if whatever way Gerrard wants to go, I think it'll benefit Roof. I think he'll learn a lot from Defoe. So, looking forward to it. I hope he does as good as Alfredo at Rangers. Time will tell, I suppose.
I suppose Dale, a centre forward, if he ends up playing there for his Roof, he's judged on his goals. Alfie's goals were fantastic for us, but also sometimes it was his performances. Big shoes to fill.
He dragged us through the games, Alfie.
Aye. On you go, Dale.
Oh, I'll tell you, he definitely did. I used to love just watching him scoring. And then when he came up, he'd come down the day's celebration and the fingers pointed to the ground and the badge and all the rest of it. And just his whole attitude towards the game when he was happy and he was scoring. But I suppose it's just like anything else. You become unhappy. I mean, the boys went through a hell of a lot, outside of football here, with the press and all the rest of it, right? And maybe he just went like, it's time to call it a day. And I can go somewhere else and be maybe anonymous for a wee while, get another couple of years in and just not have to put up with the hassle, that I think he's had to put up with, like a lot of the players have had to, But definitely, he's a standout. The only sadness in me is the fact he never scored against the Puddle Drinkers. That's about all I can say.
Mm-hmm. Do you see Roof being a substitute for him? Are you happy with Roof, what you're seeing?
No, I don't think a direct substitute. I think
no.
I'm kind of thinking maybe the way that the Rangers are playing right now, and you've got the boy Eaton in there, and you've got Defoe. Whether he's going to be a sub or anything like that, right? I mean, Defoe can score against MD, just given his chance. But you've got Eaton, you've got a bit of a threat there for the set pieces as well. And if maybe Kemar Roof and Eaton can combine a wee bit in the way that Rangers are playing right now, there's two. I don't think that Roof is going to be an out-and-out goal scorer. Like Alfie was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I can see he's got intelligence as a footballer. There's no doubt about that. And if he can get up to full fitness and hopefully not get injured, then I think the future's bright.
Aye, the nice socks were orange and Saturday, nice orange socks. They were bright enough.
Oh, aye. You've got to love that.
So, Port Bear, Alfie, if he goes, we'll got maybe two replacements there. I just don't know. Jermaine Defoe, no played for 6 months. Pre-season, got an injury. sands of time, I think it'll just be cameos, mate, and just time will move on, and we'll have to move on as well at the end of the season. Maybe JFK, who said it was a mistake getting him a contract for another year, might be proved right, mate. I hope I'm proved wrong, but just his age is against him once you start getting knocks.
Of course, mate, of course, Father Time waits for no man. You know, he will, in my opinion, be a bit part. You know, we've got plenty of firepower. You know, if Morelos goes, and it sounds like one of the boys were saying earlier on, there's more speculation surrounding him. If he goes out the door, mate, which I think Rangers have to do, I think I don't want him to become a disruptive influence, mate. The team where he leaves with a bad taste in his mouth about Rangers, me leave a bad taste in his mouth for him. I want him to just to go. I think Jimmy said before, if he goes, we should reinvest the money, bring in another one striker. Do I agree with that? I'm not sure if I agree with that. I'd like to see the money being spent elsewhere. I think his coaching roles as well. I think he's got a big part to play. Itten's young, Roof's still learning the game. You know, I think he'll have a massive part off the field as well next year to get these two guys firing, and what a guy to learn after. So I think on field he probably won't have much to play, but off the field, mate, he's got a massive part to play, and I think that could prove beneficial to Rangers long term, if that makes sense.
I get you. Yeah. So Ruth and the boy Itten turn up, and you've got Jermaine Defoe showing them about the city, etc. Yeah, he is a star. Wherever we've seen him as a star, I know he is a star in football. Alex?
Off mute there. Listen, I think Defoe's actually got a part to play this year. I mean, players are that fit these days. The age, you could take a couple of years after that age with how fit players are. I know he's had problems with his hamstrings and that, but hopefully, well, the way he kind of speaks on Twitter and stuff, getting feedback to some Rangers supporters asking him, he says he's on his way back. So I think he'll be fit and available for the Dundee United game. And I can see Defoe being a big part of this season. Even if it's coming off the bench, it's just their options there. If Defoe come off the bench there on Saturday against Hamilton Accies, I reckon he'd have scored at least a couple too. So the opportunities is there for strikers to make their numbers. I was going to also say, I mean, Morelos, we were so dependent on his goals last year. I just see loads of goals through different areas of the team this year. I think Kent will get numbers. I think Arebo, when he comes back, will get numbers. Hopefully Hadji gets numbers too, as well as Roof and that. And so there could well be goals all over the park this year. And obviously Barisic is a big threat with his free kicks too.
I would give Hadji a number, mate, for a taxi.
Hey. Hey.
What a shocker. Imagine saying that.
Oh, I can't wait till he scores 10 ops this season. He's going to score 10 goals.
Was it one game?
Telling you, this season, Hadji's going to get double figures.
He might end up with 10, mate. I'm not denying
I was
that.
delighted to see Hadji score at the weekend, and I was delighted for him, to be honest.
Can I come in, Oxia?
Yes, mate, of course you
I was
can.
just going to say, I've got my doubts now that Jermaine Defoe would actually be able to operate in the way our team's playing pace-wise, I think they're playing very, very fast football, one touch. I'd love it to happen. I'd absolutely love it because I think the guy's a smashing player, but I don't know if he'll be able to keep up the pace-wise and the fly flicks. And it's nice to see sometimes, nice to see just put the ball in the net and finish it off. That's what we need to do. But I don't know if Defoe would be able to make it. I think Port Bear was saying he could have a real big role in the coaching with Rangers. I think that'd be fantastic for him.
All right, it's interesting to see how it pans out. I mean, I wish all our players the best of luck, and I hope you're right with Hadji, mate. He comes in and puts them in left and right and scores goals and makes goals, and we're all left to say what a signing he's been. Defoe, Alex, I hope he comes back and gets his fitness, but usually when your hamstrings go when you're mid to late 30s, mate, it's never a good sign, mate. Never, even though they're fitter and younger, mate. It doesn't matter. You know, the hammies at the port. When they go, they go.
What happens when they start going at that age, when they keep going, you think you're back, 4, 5 weeks, 6 weeks out, you come back and the first time you sprint, you've really got to, at that age, you've got to ease yourself back into them. And I think it's difficult to be a substitute every week and try and ease yourself into a game without pulling them hamstrings again. Definitely, mate.
Aye, it's interesting. Hopefully you're right, Alex. Hopefully you're right, and he's fine because he is a smart player. But it's just we'll see what happens in the next 6 months, I suppose.
Aye, well, listen, his penalty box instincts kick in. That if he's getting no chances, he's got very, very quick feet. He's got good reactions, Defoe. So I can't see him kind of doing what the kind of the runs and the work rate that Bridge is on about. I think he'll just be floating around about that penalty box and looking for the boys coming in for him. So I'm hoping that he comes back with good fitness, because him on the end of the crosses and what have you that we're making, I think Defoe sticks away 2 or 3 there on Saturday easily.
Interesting. Anyway, we've been joined by Andy for Leeds. Evening, Andy.
Aye, evening, troops. Everybody okay?
Aye.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Andy. You doing all right?
Hey, I not too bad. Yourselves good?
Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Good to hear you.
Aye. But getting ready for my work tomorrow, so off we go and get ready to go and start. I thought it was a 6 points there on Saturday. They killed the game in 20 minutes. But what they should have done is they should have gone and buried them. We keep going on about us, winning the battle and then winning the war. Well, we won the battle in 20 minutes. We should have just nailed them to the ground there. The goals will be vital in the end, I think. I think it could be tight, this one. And I'm pretty sure that Gerrard would have been disappointed after half-time and all, because he's not told them to go out there and sit back because that game was won. He wants goals. And if we'd have got the third goal pretty early doors, I think we'd have gone on and taken 5 or 6 off them. I think it was there for the taking, that one. We've got to start, making all these chances. What do you say, 140 odd chances? We've got to be taking more goals off of that. Shots, yeah. We've got to be taking more goals off of that. But I think it'll come. We're in a steady position. We'd have took this going into the international break, I think. We come back with the right attitude, and hopefully we get a scum D when we come back on again. And
I remember that's 144 shots, mate. Even William Tell never hit the apple all the time.
I bet I hit it more times than that with 144 shots. That's what I'll say. I think you'd have took more times if we'd had that many shots.
It's summing up Port Glasgow wine, it wouldn't hit him at all.
Oh, I didn't need the wine when I was up there last week. I had enough there. I was staggering up that hill many times. But I hear you saying it's not very good right enough. I have not had a drink for about 3 or 4 days, so I'm quite competent at the moment.
I wouldn't call it. Drinking's meant to be pleasurable. I don't know how much this has cost. I reckon about $1.99 for a gallon.
You've nearly finished the bottle.
Dear. I was singing Annie Laurie at the end of it. That's all right, Paul.
Aye, well, but his missus will be putting to bed.
I think we're in a good position right enough on the goalkeeping side of it. I mean, I think the Shagger will accept that. He won't be too pleased, but I think what's happening there as well is the boy McLaughlin taking it with both hands, because if you look at it, they're looking at him in training. They say they'll come there, they'll be learning at him, and what he's very good at, you can hear him with there's no crowd in, but I'll tell you what, he commands that box well, which in turn probably makes the defenders in front of him feel more confident. And then, the forwards are not looking back and going, oh, shit, every time we go back, we're going to lose a goal here. And the forwards will get more confidence out of it. And I think we'll go. When Davis plays, Jack, for me, plays in turn far, far better. I don't think Jack trusts Kamara. And I think he just gets the right blend, gets the right players fit, brings the Rebo in, and I think we'll be away. Please don't play that backer anymore. That's all I'll say. I mean, that guy just... And I don't understand. What I don't understand is bringing Stuart on for a minute. What confidence would that get to that boy? That baffles me.
That's when they should have got the third goal, mate. Then they could have made chances, big
Yeah.
changes. You're saying that McLaughlin's the number one?
I think the Shaggers should be the number one, but what can you do? They keep clean sheets. He's commanding his box whenever a save comes along. I mean, that was a worldie he made there. That was a worldie. I don't care what anyone says. That was a cracking save. That goes in, and then we're going, oh, shite, 2-1, and then you don't know what's going to happen. So, no, I think he's good. And like I say, watch him. Round about that box, even the two defenders where you'd be a bit worried about Golson or something like that, you hear him shouting to get out of the way of him. He catches the ball. He's got confidence. He's a good box commander, him, I'll tell you. He's good. He's very good. I'll tell you, we keep defending like that. You can't put the Shagger out. You can't drop him for the Shagger. He's got to stay in the goal.
All right.
So you've got to stay with the right team.
You've got him as number one. Dale, what's your thinking on the goalkeeping position at the moment?
I think it's very healthy. McLaughlin, I mean, McGregor's been famous for not coming out for crosses and stuff like that, whereas McLaughlin's not got that fear, whereas McGregor will stand back, and then what will happen is if it goes against him for not coming out, he'll start shouting at all the defenders for it, And there was just, which was interesting, a couple of weeks ago, I can't mind exactly what game it was, but on the Rangers TV, they had McGregor on there, and he was, doing the punditry, and they were asking him about his injury, and he says, I don't really know where it came from. He says it might just be old age, and exactly how you were talking about Jermaine Defoe there, that, these wee niggles just keep coming up and keep coming up, so you might find him playing second fiddle now, throughout the season, because he might just be wanting to run it down a bit. I mean, he's going to be 39, at the end of the season. So maybe we're looking to McLaughlin to be in the number one because he has got age in his side.
Hi, Alex, what's your point on the goal? Who are you favouring?
At the moment, I agree with the lads. I mean, you can't really look past McLaughlin just now. The biggest compliment I could give him is we're no missing McGregor. The brilliant keeper that McGregor is. So McLaughlin's got the gloves now. I think we've got to stick with him, and unless he's a dramatic loss of form. I think that was St Johnstone game you're on about, Dale. It was doing the pre-commentary with Rangers TV.
I think so. It was, and he was out there, and you could see he was just saying it. He had a sense of humour about it, but he also knows that he's getting up there as well. And it was a knee thing, and he just said it just came out of nowhere, and he didn't know what it was. So
I'm sure Alan's had a lot of trembles on his knees in his career.
I would imagine, aye. Especially outside nightclubs and stuff like that, aye.
He's not like disclosed how it happened.
I'm sure he also said it wasn't just one thing. I was watching that game as well when McGregor was doing the commentary. He said it wasn't really one thing. He said it's just old age and wear and tear. So
that's what it is, aye.
Who's your number one, Gary?
Well, the other night I was saying if McGregor was fit, he would be playing. Only for the fact that for the amount of time he's been at the club and he's always been good. But John McLaughlin had one save to make there against Hamilton, and it was a world class save. He had done a lot with his feet. He passed the ball in there pretty good. But for it just be for no doing nothing to be called in to making saves like that, you can't argue with him keeping the jersey, and it's healthy competition. McGregor's fit, so it'll be good. Rangers as a club can only benefit by having two goalkeepers like that. So
just run the panel quickly. Keep it brief. Who starts against Dundee United? For me, it's John McLaughlin. Portbear.
John McLaughlin.
Bridgman.
Yeah, John McLaughlin.
Dale.
John McLaughlin.
Gary.
It has to be John McLaughlin now because
Keep it brief, mate.
He's not done nothing wrong, eh?
Keep it brief, Gary. On you go, Alex.
And I'm a big fan.
Gary.
John McLaughlin for me, Ox.
Folks, an easy question. And Andy.
Yeah, John McLaughlin. No danger.
Right. And you come, Gary. Get that off your chest, mate. What are you saying?
I was just saying I'm a big Al McGregor fan, but it'd be harsh to take the gloves away from McLaughlin now. Like he's.
Aye, I think everybody on here, that's what shocked us, because I think Masty's are Alan McGregor fans, and we've all been surprised by it. Portbear.
100%, mate. Alan McGregor is a big part of most of our lives, you know, in some of the most successful teams in Rangers history. You know, what a lot of stuff.
Bridge still a Jerry Dawson, man.
You know, but another wee question I'd like to ask the panel and the callers, Ox, here. Do you bring Balogun back or not, or does Helander keep his place?
Gary, do you want me to get on the panel with that and just ask, or do you want to have 10 minutes to answer that? What do you think, mate?
No, on you go.
For me, you keep Helander if everybody's fit. For the same reason. Dale?
I would say if it's no broke, don't fix it.
Right. Bridgeman was centre-half expert.
I would agree with that. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Andy Felix?
Same defence all day long.
Alex?
Yep, agree with the guys. Keep a Hollander in there.
I've kept you to the end, Gary. On you go. The floor's yours, mate.
I'll be quick. I would just keep the same. I would keep the same back four.
Does Big Balogun, does he give his cover in the right back position plus defensive mid? Anybody see that, or am I just more over egging the boy?
Aye.
No.
I would say that he's really good and he's fast going forward, but he's only had 1.5 games, and we've not really hit the business end yet. Helander seems to be doing it. He's steady. You know, a couple of wee slip-ups here and there, but, I mean, plastic pitches, all that kind of stuff, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, we've got great backup. And the thing is, we just going back to McGregor, just for a second, he's not one of these boys that's going to take the huff and leave and go for a bigger contract. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what you're doing is you're pleasing the team, you're pleasing the club. And at least we've got great backup there, no matter what way we look at it, right in the defence.
All right. Alex?
I would agree with that as well. I would say, listen, I don't know where Balogun could play in the midfield. I think he could. See the way he commands the ball and takes it forward in that Aberdeen game. I think there's a position in there that if we're possibly looking for a goal, you know, he could play that 6'2" role where he's commanding and he'll be strengthening the park and what have you. So I think there is a position in the midfield that we could take. But on the McGregor thing as well, guys, I don't know if you've seen it, the Blues Brothers podcast. Charlie Miller was on it last week. He's very good pals with McGregor. And he's basically giving an input to say that McGregor is desperate to get back into the team, but he's that much of a bear. He's just, you know, he sees the big picture and he's delighted for the way McLaughlin's been playing, but he is desperate to get back into the team, but obviously things are going against him. But there would be nobody more, you know, loving to see McLaughlin do well and Rangers to go on to win the league. So that's how much a bear McGregor is.
What a position up Port, isn't it? Two your main positions in the team, goalkeeper, centre half, and we'll get great options. And it's just, when you think back, Fodge wasn't the worst goal we've ever seen. But you think back to Russell Martin and Young McCrory at Hampden in that semi-final 2.5 years ago, mate, with Fodge behind them. It was watch behind the sofa stuff, you know.
Scary.
Definitely. Sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry, man. I think when we come up against teams with fast strikers, I think Balogun will come in just for his pace. But until then, it's like the goalie. I don't think you can drop Helander. His game, I've never seen him playing so good actually in a Rangers shirt for Lander. It looks like a bit of competition too, and he's right up for it. So I want that continue. Like,
on you go, Port.
If you think about our team next year, I mean, most of us, in fact, all of us on here, you've seen it many a time, are on the Steven Gerrard train. It's nothing. I can't give Steven Gerrard high enough praise next year. The way he's transformed our team in such a short time is unreal. A few weeks ago, I sent you the list of the internationals. You've discussed that way, guys. And then if you look through the spine of our team next year, it's not just for goalkeeping positions, it's not just for centre halves. When Aribo comes back, Gerrard's got a headache on me picking the midfield. And then when they're all fit up front, between your number nines, Itten, Roof, and Morelos, if he's still there, Defoe, actually the choices are endless through the spicy team. And that only breeds competition, which breeds, you'll be training harder, you'll be trying harder on match days, and that only breeds success and to all end up with the whole situation. It's a great position to be in, mate, but I wouldn't like to be in Gerrard's position picking them because Balogun's done nothing wrong. I mean, I've spoke to you this before. Unfortunately, he got injured. Same with McGregor, got injured, and they've lost their place in the team. It's not the worst way to lose your place, mate. At least it's not through form. So all you have to do is pick yourself up and keep training hard and wait your chance and take your chance. So, power to them and well done. But what a squad we're building, mate. And I don't believe the squad's finished yet. Gerrard did say in his interview the other day he's still looking at 2. So there's more to come for that team, mate. And a few other wee, sprinkles of stardust through that team. And we'll be there, 55.
Go on yourself.
I'll take umbrage with one thing. One thing you said there.
Right.
Aribo walks back into that team and Barker walks out it, mate. Or Hadji walks out.
That team has been built around Aribo, so he will walk back into it, I think.
I agree, Oxford. I agree, yep. I agree with that. He's probably one of the only players right now, mate, that does that. He's probably one of the very few players that automatically claims a spot, in my opinion, through the spine of that team. I'm not talking about Barisic and Tav. I know they've nailed them. But he's the man.
Kent are the only,
Yep.
Why do you think Aribo would just walk straight back into the team?
I'm going to say that Aribo's very good and the other boy isn't, and I'm being polite there.
Yeah, but you've got to remember the man that's picking the team.
I'm going to say that Aribo's very good and the other boy isn't.
Yeah, that's twice you've said that, but I'm saying the manager is the one that will pick the team. And the manager quite likes Hadji by the sound of it.
You know that?
Yeah, but I think he likes Aribo better. Do
you think so? That's fine, eh? That's fine.
He's trying to build a team around Aribo,
eh? I actually think it's Barker, as you said it. I think you said that Elks here a minute. It's Barker that drops out for Aribo. That's the only change. That's a simple change because Aribo can play in that advanced role. No problem.
Dale.
I would say definitely Barker. He's got to drop. Anytime Barker's on the bench in case Aribo gets injured on the pitch. He's a fantastic player, Aribo. You're looking at fancy feet compared to fanny feet, as far as I'm concerned.
Definitely.
I'll struggle to argue with that. Anyway, the last few minutes, if people want to join us before we go to Andy Felix for that question, join us on Skype at RangersRadio.online. We've brought in a call with Old School Blue and Fox. Or join us at 0141 356 1972. Phone in, hang up, and we will contact you right back, which we didn't do for Andy Felix because everybody thought it was here, but it wasn't. Andy Aribo comes right back into the team.
Definitely. Well, what we've got at the moment now, my three midfield players would be Davis, Jack and Aribo as the attacking midfield player. And I think that would be good going forward. Aribo's a very, very smart player. He's a street player and he knows what to do, and he's very good when people are around him. His movement baffles a lot of them at times. If you watch him, he's a very clever player. And as I said to you before, he said that he reckoned that would be Aribo's year this year, and I tend to agree with him. And I would have him just running forward after Jack and Davis. We've got to watch with Davis with his legs a wee bit, but he puts balls into it. You see, when he plays Davis, he's looking for attacking options for Rangers. When Davis is not in the team, they tend to be a bit square passing, like we've said. And I think Jack, if you watch Jack on Sunday, I mean, after Kent, for me, well, you know what I think, so you could say it's biased, but I thought he was the man of the match after Kent. I thought he was further up, he was pulling it. What that pass he put in there, I know it's only one, but you've got to read them pitches, and that's a classy pass that he put on there. Jack's a good player. He's better with Davis in it, and Aribo there going forward will be okay. I mean, I know he's going to bring another one in, I'm pretty sure. I think Imora has intimated there that there'll be, if we're lucky, there'll be another 2 coming in before we come back. That's what I think's going to happen.
Things are hotting up for us.
Definitely.
Gary, Aribo come straight back in for you.
Definitely. I think we've missed his drive, really, and his vision for playing the wee balls and the wee... Even the way his twinkle toes, with both feet, he could just slide by people away, and I think we've missed that. Like, I also think the team's been a wee bit... I don't know, like the strikers, I don't know what's going on now, if it's just like with the transfer window, no knowing who's gone, who's staying, who's coming in or what, but I think we've definitely missed Aribo, and I'll be glad to see him back. Like,
I agree. He was in good form when he get cracked, Alex, and obviously we think we've missed him, particularly maybe the Livingston game, but he's got that X factor as well as Kent.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. The drive that he's got, as the guy said the previous year, him and Kent very much stay pretty similar, but for opposite wings. You know, they come inside because the full-backs overlapping them. So they really, they cause all sorts of problems for the defence that they're kind of running at, because they're going to run into the holes where the defenders and the midfielders don't want to be. They've got their fast feet where they can do 1-2s run about them. So I definitely, we've missed him. If he was, again, I said Saturday there, if he was on that park on Saturday, I think he would have created at least a couple of opportunities, if not taking them himself. So everything's good now. It's great to see.
The other thing about Aribo that goes on seeing Port is it helps in both boxes.
I will be 6 foot plus, mate. You know, that's one thing where he is good. He's handy in both boxes. You know, when I first saw him, I thought he was going to be one of these tall guys. It wasn't good there, but he takes up great positions on that front post for corners and stuff. So, you know, the other thing he does, Oxshare, is drive from deep. You know, he's willing to go beyond the strikers, and that's where he gets his goals. Like the Briar goal, for talking's sake, the Briar goal was outstanding, and he's got that in his locker. And this is how you break these low blocks. If you've got a guy that's going to go beyond the front 3 or front 2, whoever's playing up front, he's the guy that's going to arrive late and, you know, go on one of his usual mazy runs and put the ball in the pokey. I think that call him, mate.
Can I come in, Oxshare?
Let me just take a call, Bridge.
Right, we've got no problem.
Evening, caller.
That's all right.
Hello, Jim.
There's Jim.
Jim.
No bad. I'm back again. I'm just listening to the comments here about Big Joe. I think he's got to come back in, but I just agree with the guy that says there, I don't think we missed him on Saturday with the amount of chances we created.
I think we did, mate. I thought back, if I'm being honest, I was trying not to say it, but I will say it, I thought it was stinking.
Again, I'm doing the chances. I thought if we had won 10-0 on Saturday, I don't think they could have argued it. I thought we created a hell of a lot of chances, and I don't think we missed them to the extent we maybe thought we were going to miss them. I'll tell you the one I've been really, really surprised with the last couple of weeks in a row. A lot of these are getting stick is Stephen Davis.
Well, Stephen Davis
played a great game at the weekend there.
Some of his class, but no, I think Aribo comes back into our team even Saturday. We maybe score more goals. Bridgeman, and you come, mate.
Yeah, I was going to agree with the guys about Aribo. Aribo's a marvellous player, really clever, and he's nice and tall as well. Able to help in defence. But his runs, when he runs with the ball at his feet, is really good. So let's hope he gets back to his fitness very quickly and gets himself into the team, because we could do with those skills and those surging runs, make a big difference to the team if he can start scoring goals. That's it.
I think, Jim, that's what disappointed a lot. Is we never got the third goal, then went on there, the Springs board and scored maybe even at least a couple more, mate.
Yeah, I think even that. Hamilton used to play for Rangers on sports scene. Even he said, I don't think Hamilton Accies could have complained if it had been maybe 6.
Aye, I mean, if you take it, he scored the 2 goals, and Hadji, the boy, had a good save for Hadji. Bopped him for a good ball with Jack, and there was a couple of other situations as well, all within the first half an hour. Maybe could have been 3 or 4 up before half time. Barker misses one. Roof could have scored a couple, one in the first half, one in the second half. There you go. You've got 6 or 7 before you start.
Well. I think we start worrying when we start creating these chances. I think that's when we've always said that.
I just think with Aribo on the team, he's going to score you more goals for that position than Barker is, and I also think he's going to create more, put more.
He does, mate. He definitely offers you more, in forward-thinking areas. And if you watch him as well, he's actually adding, Rangers the weekend were hunting in packs and winning the ball and basically retaining the ball back very, very quickly. And Aribo has added that to his game this year. I noticed, his tackling accuracy and, his accuracy actually winning the ball back. He's got a cracking retention rate, mate, for getting the ball back as well. So he's grown as a player, in my opinion, he's a complete midfielder. He's doing the donkey work and the hard work, the graft in the middle of the park. But what he's got extra is the fact they can go forward, and join in the attacks. He offers a lot more to a teammate. And I keep saying this, he's going to be a future star at Rangers. He's already a star in my eyes now, but he's going to be a massive, massive player for Rangers in the next few years. Is Joe Aribo, definitely.
And you come, Dale?
I always said that, about Aribo. I just think that maybe, Rangers have to get that box-to-box in to replace Davis, and somebody that's going to be his understudy, and give us that just a bit more, through, and to get it to these front players, because they'll just thrive on that.
All right.
I thought Ryan Jack was a bit up to his game big time with Davis just sitting there at the weekend there. I thought Jack, there was a big improvement on Ryan Jack.
I can't remember who mentioned it, but I think it might have been Andy a few minutes ago said that he thinks that the Ryan Jack plays a lot better when he's beside Davis.
I thought he played a lot better the weekend.
Andy, I think it was you that said that, mate?
Yes, I definitely. If you watch back last season when they two were playing together, if you look up to the shutdown, up to Christmas, if you looked at Jack then, he was very, 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 very good last year. And if you looked at it, Davis was very instrumental with him. Them two, they're like telepathic when they play together. The problem we've got is Davis's legs, which I mentioned, if you remember, about a year ago. I could see that coming. But no, Jack's a very good player. He just doesn't trust Kamara. Anytime it happens again, which I'm sure it will, watch it and you'll see. I just don't think he trusts him. And when Davis is there, he has that freedom about himself to go and do what he can do. And listen, up till last Christmas, he was immense, wasn't he, Jack? Absolutely. And the majority of the times, Davis was at the side of him, because he feels confident in him. He said, right, well, I know. And the thing with Davis, as I've said to you, he's always looking to move us forward. He's always looking to get us forward. When Kamara and Jack seems to play the same as Kamara, and they go sideways. And that's just my opinion. I might be wrong, but it's how it looks to me when I'm watching the Rangers play. As I've said, I've said many, many times, I still think we should build Rangers around Jack. I think he's that good, but I get shot down a lot with that, so I won't keep going on about it. But
it's an opinion, mate. It's an opinion.
Yeah.
Jim, can I just ask you something? We talk about the goalkeeping situation. Who's your number one?
Not got a problem with McGregor, but I think the big man's game is something different. I think his distribution, i.e., he's flinging the balls out wide and whatever else. McGregor, to me, slows the game down. I'm not saying anything bad about against Alan McGregor, but I think this guy is giving a wee bit more. Hang me at the back. To me, it's like he's like playing with another defender. The way he's getting the ball out for under feet and whatever else. And even he's commanding in the box. I think the big guy, I don't think he should drop the boy. No chance he can get dropped.
There you go. You've answered the question.
Right, that's my answer.
Great situation.
I had an argument with my mate the other week, and he's like, oh, McGregor. I think this guy's a wee bit more commanding in his box.
All right. Well, I'm no surprised you went for McLaughlin. Surprised you got a mate.
You know my mate, come on.
the one thing last year that's noticeable this year as well, last year, you know, the communication, obviously, like Jim's touching on there, the commanding side of the game. I think what you're meaning there, Jim, it's the communication at the back. There's definitely something different at the back when McGregor's in the team.
Has he brought a calmness?
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Let's be honest about it. We had the odd moments with Alan. It was entertaining. It was losing.
By the way, see another thing on McGregor. Watch when McGregor plays the ball out for the back. He only goes to one player, Conor Golson.
All right, with the short pass.
Yep.
Has he brought a calmness, Port there?
I think that's one of the biggest things. I mean, you've seen McGregor roasting practically everybody at the back, and some of the mistakes. And the forward, and sometimes it's strange there. Alan McGregor, mistake, too quickly, his distribution being poor, Rangers getting caught, and next minute it's going by him. And I've seen him charging for his goal line out to shouting ball at his own players. I don't think John McLaughlin's that type of keeper. I think what he does is just his experience. Well, Alan McGregor's got it as well, but he seems to be a calmer influence. There's definitely something happening at the back, mate, because you don't get a back five like that play like that, and you know, get some other clean sheets without communicating. So I think that's one of the biggest, you know, roles that John McLaughlin's brought. I think he's brought a calming influence at the back line. They seem to be talking a lot more. The organisation's better. You very rarely see he's getting caught in position as well, look, so they must be talking regular. And you do hear a lot more. Obviously, as a fan down on the pitch and what you're hearing on TV, I actually enjoy it, hearing them, you know, screaming at each other. And I like hearing the organisation, because then you're finding out who's the talkers in your team and who's not. And it's one thing I criticise your team for. I don't think there's enough talkers in the team, but certainly in the first few games that I've saw, there's definitely, you know, a lot of talking going on, a lot of communication, and that, you know, that breeds success.
Good position to be in. Good position to be in, Gary. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. We're spoiled in a good few positions, Ken. It's not just one player who. It doesn't matter what they do; they're picked next week. So it's great for that, and there'll be a lot of players, as a caller said earlier, they'll be trying a lot harder in training, trying to get these jerseys back. But that's for us being fans. It's brilliant,
Yeah, by the way, I've not heard anybody talking about the sniper yet. Nobody's brought up a sniper. Who was it? Who shot Tab?
Who shot Tab? What's that? I heard
fantastic, by the way, wasn't it?
The compliance officer never noticed that one with Edward, but he noticed that one. He's doing Tab for diving.
You're the beginning of a 2-game ban.
No, but I laughed at Jim. I laughed at the fact that he then went to tie his laces.
I never heard any.
That was him trying to hide the cameras, actually.
I noticed that Josh Windass, man, he was getting a bit tight on Twitter, man, brilliant.
I bet he said some stick about that. Yeah.
Oh, he's getting a big time on Twitter.
Man, did you see it?
I see the mad thing about that.
Very embarrassing, wasn't it? Very, very embarrassing. Your captain phone like that. Shocking.
The last time I seen somebody fire like that when there was nobody near them was Fox up at Savoy.
And that's tricky player.
Done that a few times.
Before full time up, can we just mention Jamie Murphy? Obviously, he's joined Tibbs. He joined Tibbs on the. It was announced on the day of the game.
I'm opening subjects for tomorrow night. I've just wrote the whole show tomorrow, but thanks for that. Thanks for that. I get in. How long was that? An hour and 53 minutes. I said I'll keep that for tomorrow night.
Port Bear does it again.
Whole night's room.
A big fit.
Well, you try and give him a wee bit of stardom. Oh, I can't wait. Stardom comes back. I'm fed up working with these amateurs.
Very good.
Right, go on then. Give your bit. You've just ruined my whole show tomorrow night. Next show tomorrow night, Fox. That's it. On you go, Fox.
No, just also to touch on. He was a decent servant for the club, mate. You know, and just wish him all the best for his future endeavours with obviously his new club.
Somebody give you some advice today?
They did actually.
I always think, yeah. You've not listened, have you? Jamie Murphy, one of the guys that's really unlucky with your club with injuries, mate. Plastic pitches, Jamie Murphy, right good guy, right good blue nose. I wish him all the best, bro.
Lived the dream, mate, didn't he? He lived the dream.
Same as.
You know.
Ox, can I say something, pal?
Yes, mate.
No, I don't know if anybody's heard Radio
You're going to
Snipe
start
tonight,
talking
but
about Dundee United game a week on Friday and ruin
no,
that.
not at all. No. No, one of the puddle drinkers phoned up and he says, this Rangers get Murphy away to Hibs. They've got McCrory away to Aberdeen, McCrory away to Livingston. Just shows they can play against us, but they can't play against them. Are they up to something?
I tell you what, we're up to.
So the paranoia was reeking out them.
I'll tell you what, we're up to the same tricks that they were up to for years, mate.
Oh, we're up to our knees.
Aye.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They forget about Christie at Aberdeen and there was others.
I know. Aye.
We're on with them for years.
Aye. Short memories. Anyway, Bridgeman, we've reached that time of the evening.
Oh, man. That was wonderful. I've really enjoyed myself tonight. Really, really good show. Well done, Oxchair and everybody. Superb. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly the Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, 3 points, clean sheet, top of the league. Well done, the Rangers. Everybody, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
Yeah, they're delighted, Bridge. Absolutely delighted. 11 goals for, none against. I'd like that maybe to be a few more goals for, like everybody else, but great record. Can I thank everybody for calling in? Jim 115, always a pleasure. Gary. Andy for Leeds. Dale for South Africa, Los Angeles. Of course, Alex.
South Africa.
Aye, that was Bridge. I know I was going to say that. I'd like to thank Bridgeman. I was going to thank Portpair, but I'm not going to bother now. No, thanks, Port. Always a pleasure. Mr. Stato. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. And we'll be joined by JFK. Take it away, Fox.
Now there's a pub in Green Street where all good proddies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jar. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is Saltcoats Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town, and the bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Everyone laughing, full of cheer. It's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Ibrox Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the Thames before you watch the Rangers win. For everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, the Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all.